Hello gamers. Somehow I'm a little bit sleepy today, so let me quickly inject some vitamins into my system and then we can talk about Zero news. Alright, so I want to do a bit of an update video because we've been, it's been like part 3 now of trying to talk about next month in Zero, except that this seems to be a very different month. A month that is not quite like any month that we've had in Vanguard Zero's history so far. This will be the first ever month where we don't have a new set release. Speaking of new sets, I have Monster Strike product right here that's going to be open on the channel very soon, so look forward to that. But yeah, this is literally the first month ever that we don't have a new set releasing, and instead all we have is the clan gachas that you see here. So these are going to be added, and basically you can choose a clan and you roll 4 cards of that clan that span the entire history of the game. Of course, up to G. So of course, if you want to just like grind materials, that's an easy way to do it. Just put your pack tickets into this, especially the pack tickets that aren't going to be going into G. Keep in mind though that the like universal crafting material system is not going to be in the game yet as of next month. That's going to be added, I think, hopefully in October, and so that's going to be pretty interesting. Like, do you want to keep your pack tickets for October so that like you can roll any clan and then you just get universal materials from that clan gacha, or do you want to go for one specific material right now because there's specific clans you want to play? That's up to you. I'll let you decide as you want. But that's pretty interesting. Like, these clan gachas will be interesting, and there's a lot of like login bonuses, so you should still play throughout all of September because there's going to be giving out a lot of stuff for G whenever that comes out, which we're hoping is going to be October, but it hasn't been announced yet. But we did get official like confirmation that we are not getting a new set in September, which is quite strange. But instead what we're getting is essentially, I think, like 50 cards of like adjustments is what they called it. Sorry, not 50, 40 cards total will be getting adjustments. And so the adjustments obviously mean like buffs or nerfs, but from the looks of it, from everything they've announced so far, it looks to be just buffs. So I'm guessing they're not gonna nerf the Legion stuff to make it like be up to par with everything else, because I think that would probably cause a bit of a backlash. I think it's more fun to buff the old stuff and make it be as good as Legion, or at least like good enough to be worth messing around with. So I think right now we have like a good like 15 or 20 of the buffs that are out so far. Okay, I think we have like 15, so it's a pretty good amount. So we're going to talk about the ones released so far, and then maybe at the start of next month, once all the cards are out that are getting changes, I will do another updated video with the remaining ones, so that way we have everything in like, you know, 2 videos basically. So let's talk about what's getting buffed and how it is. So for Royals, it seems to be 2 cards per clan from the looks of it, or maybe more, who knows. But so far we have, for Royals, we have Exculpate the Blaster. So this guy now says that at the end of the battle that he attacked, if you have a blaster blade in your soul, you can ride that blaster blade from your soul, and if you did, you draw 1, and then you put the rest of your soul into the drop zone. So of course that is pretty cool, because beforehand, of course, this would ride as rest if I'm not mistaken, so now it rides as stand, so you actually get a second Vanguard attack. So he actually acts basically how the V-Series Exculpate acts, which is pretty cool. And on top of that, Wingle Brave, of course, got unnerfed back to what it used to be, which is of course Counterblast 1 instead of being Counterblast 2, and you can search your deck for any blaster and add it to your hand, so basically reverting to its old form, which is, I think, pretty good. I think like it's served its time in the nerf pool for long enough, and I still don't think this replaces File for Royals. Like, I think you still want to play Seekers with File, so I don't think this really changes too much, but it's kind of interesting. Then we have 4 at once. So first we have Artemis. So her skill says now, Persona Blast, look at top 5 cards of your deck and add 2 of them to your hand and put the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order. So this used to be 1, I believe, now it's actually 2, which is pretty nice. It kind of matches up again with some of the more recent Genesis cards. We have Magatsu Storm, who now says when he attacks, Persona Blast to use the skill, which lets you take 1 Magatsu from your hand and call it. So this, I think, used to have a bigger cost than just Persona Blast, which is pretty nice. So that's a cool little buff. Then the Dungaree's got new skills. The first one is Dungaree Unlimited, who says new ability, Vanguard Circle when placed, you bind the top card of your deck. And then Dungaree, the old one, says new ability, Rearguard Circle, if your Vanguard is a Dungaree, you can counterblast 1 and put this unit into your soul to bind, choose a card from your bind zone and add it to your hand. So that's really nice because that's like the starter that adds from your bind zone to your hand, but also the original Dungaree going to your soul means that you get the cross-ride status for Dungaree Unlimited on turn 3 basically, which is pretty nice. So this might actually speed up that deck a little bit, maybe make it worth using. Honestly, the one thing I really wanted them to add in this month more more so than buffs and nerfs is like limit break removers. Just like put the grade 1 limit break removers for every single clan into the set, like into not just the set, but just put it into the game as a gift right now, and that way we can all enjoy playing like limit break removers in Legion decks, and this will make these cards very good because these cards are still held back by being limit break effects, and that is what hurts. Up next we have another 4. This one is actually quite interesting. So we have the Cracking Beast Tamer has been unnerfed to her original form, so she's now +2 when you Legion to call 3 cards from your soul, but even then the original card also soul charged and she doesn't do that, so this could have been even better, but I guess we'll take that. The No Life King Death Anchor buff is actually very interesting. When he attacks the Vanguard, if you have 5 cards in your damage zone, you can choose all the cards in your damage zone and put them into your soul. If you did, for that turn he gets plus 10k power and a crit, and at the end of that turn you put the top 5 cards of your deck into the damage zone. And then if you have 13 or more soul, this is the new part of the effect, you heal 1. That's actually quite nice. That is actually quite nice. Having heal in Dark Regulars at least will make this card maybe like a one-of, like your one-of grade 3 that you play just to have like a random emergency heal, right? It's kind of nice, You're not going to see it very often, but it's kind of cool. Like, it's nice that we can play with these old cards now and try out different things. Now, of course, the DP ones I'm personally very happy about, especially Dayusha. So Dayusha now says for his in-hand effect, where you would normally banish him to add one of the 4 random dimensional robos to your hand, he now goes to soul instead, which is super good. So him going to soul means that you can now basically like have instant cross ride with Great Dayusha or reverse Dayusha, which you didn't have access to before. So I like that a lot. Definitely a very good change, quite happy, and it's a very generic card that, you know, we still run in DP to this day on some lists, so I think this will be pretty nice. Reverse Dayusha as well has the skill now that limit break 4, +1, and lock 2 of your rear guards to, for that turn, give one of your opponent's units minus 10k power, and if a unit's rear guard's power drops to 0, it is retired. So those look quite nice, but I'm definitely happier about the Dayusha buff. I think that one is a bit more significant personally. And then we got a few more today, the first one of which was for golds, which was the Chrome Jailer Dragon. So this guy now says his skill is Vanguard Circle Persona Blast to look at the top 4 cards of your deck, call 2 of them, and for that turn those units get +2k power. So that's the new part of the effect. I don't think that's awfully, like, I don't know, good. It seems like fine, I suppose. And then we have Vivian, who got a buff as well. She now says Vanguard Rear Circle when her attack hits a Vanguard, count +1 and call the top card of your deck, and for that turn give it +2k power. So it also gives +2k power. Like, I don't think these buffs are that great. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but they feel alright. Then we have Garmor, both grade 3 and grade 2 Royal Paladin Garmors are getting their power buffed, so the grade 3 is becoming 11k and the grade 2 is becoming 9k. Basically what they should have been from the start. I'm not really sure why they weren't to begin with in 0, but that's alright. And then more royal buffs. There's really a lot of royal buffs because we had like what, Exculpate and Blaster, the Wingle, and now of course we also have these 2 and the Brugal. So this guy now, his power went from 4k to 5k, and now instead of being +3, his skill is +2 to call a Brugal from outside of your deck. So yeah, those are some interesting buffs. Definitely, like, some of, like, nothing feels meta changing. Nothing feels like it's gonna really like shake up the meta or like really drastically change some things up. Maybe the Pale Moon Legion will see some play, and I feel like some people will mess around with like D-Robos again, and maybe like No Life King as like a one-of. Dungaree, I kind of want to mess around with myself because I really enjoy that deck. Blasters, I think, is a little bit too little too late because Seekers definitely took over the meta by far. Like, this would have been more impactful if it came out during like the Jewel Knight days. But yeah, it's a very interesting month for 0. We also don't know our rank reward yet, but a lot of people are expecting it to be the like Blaster Joker special art that they showed during the like Vanguard 0 Championship Summer. So we'll see what the rank reward is going to be for next month, because they definitely got to do something, right? Because that's like, you know, ranked is a big motivator when people play this game, and especially if there's like qualifications for the Vanguard 0 Championship fall or autumn, whatever they call it, it will also be quite good, I think, to keep people playing. The most important thing is just to give us a lot of incentive and a lot of like login bonuses that like give stuff for G going into hopefully next month. I don't know, I'm really hoping that we get G in October because it's going to be too long of a wait if it goes beyond that. But yeah, so no Vanguard G once again next month. Instead, we're getting a bunch of buffs, maybe some nerfs, but I personally don't really, it doesn't look like we will from the way things are shaping up here. And hopefully there's a lot of cool campaigns, and you know, we know there's like Friend Fight Week and bonus rank points and stuff like that, but you know, hopefully they really hype it up, and maybe even like if they add like sparking or something with like some good rewards, then maybe that'll be kind of exciting to like actually pull this month. Otherwise, I think I'm also going to be saving all my gacha tickets for before October, when hopefully the universal crafting system is adapted. But anyway, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave it a like, and if you're not subscribed already, please do, because it does help support the channel. I also stream on Twitch pretty regularly, so do check it out as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.